Welcome back to an episode of the Myth-busting Locksmith. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Now, what I would suggest to all locksmiths out there is scavenge everything you can from everywhere you can possibly find it. I'm finding increasingly metalwork and woodwork seems to be something I'm focusing on, repairing and covering holes. I seem to take a lot of door handles off of doors. I seem to be taking a lot of doors and then having to take the locks out of them, and then just sort of either putting a smaller lock in them or no lock at all. And of course what you're left with is a hole, and it's either in the frame of the door where the door keep sort of plate has been, or you've got a hole where the lock has been. And sometimes it's easier to sort of cover it up with a piece of wood or repair it. Sometimes it's more tricky. So what I found is, before we come to the metalwork, is my daughter seems to buy a lot of canvases for painting. So the little pieces of wood that you get that go in the corner of the canvas, either to hang it up or reinforce the corners, are absolutely perfect for filling in where the bolt from your lock would go into the door frame. You can put it over the hole, you can screw it in, you can make it neat, and if needs be, varnish it. So it's a great sort of repair job, and free wood for me basically. But that's the sort of thing you're looking at keeping, and this is obviously to try and save you money if you're a new locksmith. The other thing, of course, is scavenging metal from everywhere. I took an old electrical switch box and I got this. It's absolutely solid, it's nicely finished, it's got holes pre-drilled in it, so I can use this to then sort of screw it up, and it matches the wall almost perfectly here, but you can use it to cover over a hole where you've taken a lock out or you've taken something out, you've done some sort of repair. You could potentially use this on a safe, you could weld it round if the safe has been damaged. These, and they've got holes in different places, but I have no idea where they've come from. They've got holes here, they've been countersunk. Again, nicely finished piece of metal, great for repair work. No idea where I could use it, but it's very, very strong indeed. And I salvaged some of these, so this goes into my metal keeps and faceplates box with plastic inserts, because this is where I put all the things like the keeps and the faceplates that I find or are no longer being used. There's a plastic inserts. I've got new ones here, I've got second-hand ones that comes with a faceplate. There's a whole array of things in here, and there's some more of these in here as well. Save everything, scavenge everything, you can't go wrong. Again, 2 countersunk holes, nicely finished metal, shiny one side, matte finish another side. Great for repair work, great for covering a hole. You could cut it down and make whatever you needed out of it. Coming along, another piece of scrap metal. It's a bit rough and ready, but again, you find these in skips, you find them in bins. I find them all over the place, and I scavenge them everywhere. I get them from everywhere because they're worth a fortune. You never know when it's useful. Got a various selection of different greys. Got light grey, dark grey, and really dark grey. Quite a thin one. This is quite a thick one. Again, I've no idea where you could use these, but it's a lovely piece of plastic. It's nicely rounded, it's nicely finished. Drill holes in that in the right place, cut a hole. You never know when things like this can be useful. This is why you should save everything, stick it in a box, give it a label, and you can't go wrong. Now these were an absolute godsend. These are a real find. These are just offcuts from somebody else's metalwork. I said, do you want them? They said no, they're going in the bin, so I've saved them. They're nice and strong. In fact, they're very, very strong. I've sanded it all down. I've cut away all the metal burrs and nasty edges. It's all nice and smooth. That's why I've got my gloves on today. Corners are a bit sharp, but I wanted to keep it because if you need a right angle corner, you want to make sure that you've still got your pointy bit. And this is absolutely perfect for these. These, of course, if I bring these a little bit closer, are a selection of so obviously metal plates for going in your door frame where your lock bolt would go. And obviously you've got round ones and you've got long ones with the sash and the bolt in. You've got a simple one, but this one I made myself, but I'll come back to that. Now, this piece of metal was perfect. You take one of these off a door because you've removed the lock and you no longer want it there. This is absolutely perfect because you can get the piece of metal, you can cut it down or file it to the exact size like that, and then what you get is, got a nice metal plate that will then fit in the door. You can screw it in, stick it in, or just wedge it in if it'll stand the wood. An absolutely perfect repair job that will save you leaving a hole in the door or the door frame. Again, this one, you can cut these to size to either fill the hole, or you can actually make new ones of these because it's absolutely perfect. I mean, this really is a good find, and this will scrap. And then out of one of these, I in fact made one of these the other day. Customer came to me and said he's got a particular lock. This was the exact specifications of the size. Just show it that way around for you. This was the specification of the size that he needed. He couldn't find any anywhere. He asked me to make one, so I took one of these, I cut it down, and you can't see the gloves on, so take that one off. And this is what I made him. He then later came to me and said he'd found a couple on the internet, which was slightly frustrating. Just trying to find how I can show this for you. There we are. How's that? So there we are. But I made one of these, you see. So you never know when these pieces of metal are going to be absolutely invaluable and useful for something that you could make where you haven't got anything else as an option. And I've got other ones in here that I got off Amazon, but even something simple like this. Now these have obviously not got the part here that should push the little peg in on the I think it's like a ball lock. When you shut the door, there should be a metal part sticking out here that pushes the pin back so it can't be bypassed. Now I know it's got this little part here, and I thought about bending these out, but these are very, very strong, and of course if I bend it out it won't fit properly. But you could almost use these as a template to create one out of this that has the part to stop the bypass peg being sort of allowed to fall in the slot. So it's just a quick and easy one today, really, just to say, salvage everything you can as a new locksmith. So, you know, save any bit of metal and work you can, because you never know when you're going to find it useful. And stuff like this and these is absolutely valuable, because you can create this, and you can create the ones in the box. You can make absolutely everything and anything from it, and it's all free. You can charge a customer a small fee for the work, but you know, alternatively, you can cut them down and use them to fill holes where there's holes in wood or even metal, where you've taken a door out, or you've taken a door lock out, or there's a hole where the bolt went in. That's it. Just a quick and easy one on a Sunday afternoon for you. Just to say, save everything, salvage everything, create yourself a box like I've done here. Metal keeps on faceplate. Use masking tape, because that way, if you need to, you can rip it off and you can relabel it for something else. It's a small box, it's a tidy box. Save everything, adapt, adjust and overcome. Hope that was useful, hope you find it interesting, but this is what I get up to on a Sunday afternoon, and this is how we can save you, the customer, money. Thanks for watching, see you again.